Hello everybody and welcome back to our Medieval Total War Holy Roman Empire campaign. We're still in it. We're still in this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces and then 7 counting Antioch. We're certain not to keep all of these by the end of the turn here, but my hope is that we will gain a few more in the process. So the situation is this. At the end of the last season, we've been fighting, a long and bloody war with the Danes. It has been exhaustive and it has been devastating to the provinces, especially of northwestern Europe. I have sacked and burned to the ground Friesland, Flanders, I believe Normandy, Ile-de-France, Anjou. I've also managed to cut my way down into the Iberian Peninsula and snag Aragon. Have managed to hold on to that despite the Italians not giving up. And lo and behold, we were just approached at the end of the last season with a marriage proposal from the Danes. They married one of my princesses, and so as a result of that, we are now allied. Now, this happened just last turn. There are some problems with this, however. The Danes are currently allied to the Hungarians, with whom I am at war, and I am allied with the English, with whom the Danes are at war. Now, my intention was to push the Danes into a civil war. That has not occurred yet. They are excommunicated, but they are still very, very strong. They don't show any signs of slowing down. I think we have weakened them. I think we've hurt their economy, but they've still, managed to give us a run for our money. And the Hungarians are pressing in, and the Spanish have reemerged. So the question now is what's going to happen at the end of this year, because the alliance situation cannot remain this way. The Danes are going to have to choose us or the Hungarians, and we're going to have to choose the Danes or the English. And if the Danes drop our alliance and they stay with the Hungarians, that may mean that we're still at peace. Maybe we'll be at peace for a long time. Or it may mean that that's just a prelude to more war, and they're going to immediately start attacking me again. That could be what happens. Alternatively, the Danes stick with me, and then I have to make maybe what's in arguably even harder decision. Do we honor the alliance that we are in? Because if the Danes stick with me, drop the Hungarians, I need to now go looking in other territories. I can't rely on trying to conquer parts of Spain like I had kind of hoped. So I have to leave that to the Danes, basically, while they continue to grow stronger and probably reconsolidate their rule over these territories in Northern Europe, probably while they finish off the English. And then I need to decide, am I going to be able to put enough pressure on the Hungarians, the Spanish, maybe other factions, in order to get back to a solid position, which I'm not at. I've not been making money for, it feels like decades at this point. We've been in the negatives, but we've been managing to hold off bankruptcy only because of ransoms and plundering provinces, by taking them over and burning everything to the ground. So it has been a very, very bad, tight economy. In the immediate aftermath of that peace, though, we've decided to get going on some more ships out here in the Eastern Mediterranean to maybe try to build back some trade. We've got, I think, 4 ports here we should be trading with outside of, from Antioch. So we'll get our ships down there to the Nile coast. We'll train some more caravels. We've got 2 over here that I had thought to bring up to the Ligurian Sea to blockade Genoa so that they couldn't move their king in and out. That's no longer a concern. The Danish king has long since flown up to Brittany. And so these ships would probably be better used back here, honestly. We can move them back to, like, the Sea of Crete. This is still a Byzantine stronghold. So once this turn ends, we'll have trade going all the way down the Eastern Med and up to Crete. And if the Danes honor the alliance, then we may be able to even expand our trade network back up to the Black Sea, maybe back up to the Adriatic. So with that, that's the military stuff. We're building back up in Aragon after a victory, a very frustrating battle that we fought against the Italians. And they may come right back at us. They ransomed these men back, but they've got another half stack that they could certainly throw our way. It looks, though, that this might be the only family member they have. It's like, it would be great to, marry one of their princesses and then have them die, right? And then we inherit that land. That'd be kind of cool. But there's no chance that that's going to happen. So the Italians are still sticking around in southern France. I hope they do, honestly, because the last thing I want is the Danes or the Spanish to grow more powerful. And to that end, we are counter-attacking in Milan. We're sending our armies, such as they are, against the Spanish here. This is a province that we burned down in spite. It was one of our strongest settlements, but I felt we couldn't hold it. And so I changed tactics and we went super aggressive, sending all of our armies from Milan from defense mode to suicide mode to go and attack everything of the Danes that we possibly could. It ended up with us taking Aragon. Time will tell if that was a good strategy. But now we're going to take Milan back, but mostly we're going to do this on the way back into this territory. Because if peace with the Danes holds, what I would like to do is get back to Swabia. This is a citadel. This has lots of buildings. We could train chivalric men-at-arms here. I think chivalric sergeants. We can train, let's see, the horse buildings did not survive apparently, or maybe we didn't build them. But there's some salt mining going on. There's some farmland going on. This is not a terribly wealthy province, but we could theoretically get it back. The other thing we got going here is a couple of spies in Swabia. Zero valor, but, trying to maybe get the Spanish to go into rebellion. We also potentially could try to save Austria with these armies. We were warned to stop attacking the Italians, I think last year or the year before. So instead, we could attack the Spanish in Milan, move up to Tyrolia, and then start fighting the Hungarians for real. It would be nice to get more inland territory, so I wouldn't have to be so worried about Danish aggression from the sea. So, with all that said, let's end the year and see what the diplomacy is going to do. Oh gosh, there go the English. At least they don't have it yet. We're getting attacked again in Aragon. Gosh, what a stupid war. I mean, they could literally. Okay, we've got to auto-calc this. This is just a fort, or a keep rather. Not interested in playing that out. Good. They're going to retreat. Good. Go to hell. I am so sick of fighting Italians. Good. I don't want to fight for Milan either. I want to move this army back into the east. Okay. So we've got that. Ransom demanded. That is for this. That's for Austria. We don't have the cash. Okay, good. So we've got an unrest here in Portugal. This is a Christian rebellion that is being driven by the excommunication of their ruler, but also by the fact that Portugal is just a naturally more rebellious province. Now, our spy is in here. He went in there with 2 valor, and he should have 3, because he was there for a revolt. So, let's see how that ends up. Okay. And we've got another heir. Okay, so that's it. The Danes drop their alliance with us and stick with the Hungarians. Okay. So did I lose my alliance with the English? No, I'm still allied with the English, interestingly enough. So I didn't even get an option there. So what this means is now it's fair game, right? We could now do whatever we want to the Danes, and my king would not lose any influence for that. If you attack an ally in this game, your king loses influence. We have 2. We would go down to 1. That would not be very good. But that said, there are worse things. We don't have a huge enough empire, honestly, for influence to matter all that much, arguably, so things could be worse. Let's take a look at this. Okay, our spy is still at 2 valor. That's disappointing. And we've got some gunpowder guys and some archers. Yeah, these arquebus units are, okay. I think, though, that in autocalc, which this battle, of course, is going to be, that missile stuff is less valuable than melee. So, unfortunately, I think the Danes are going to hold on to Portugal just fine. But they'll probably have another rebellion because even with very low taxes, they're looking at 4% loyalty. So hopefully that'll work for them. Let's see. We did manage to train another unit of feudal men-at-arms. We're continuing to train stuff up here. And so next turn, the Italians may throw more at us. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Okay, economy's better now because we have Milan back. That makes another couple hundred. It would be more lucrative for us to get Venice and Genoa. Well, I think it might make sense. Let's take a look at the Hungarian alliances here. All right, they're allied with the Pope, the Spanish, of course, all my enemies, and Novgorod. Well, the Pope I'm not really concerned about. And unfortunately, he is old enough. He's 61. So he's probably going to die this year or the next. And when he does, the Danish excommunication is going to be lifted, most likely. There's a possibility that they may be excommunicated again, right? If the English war continues for too long. So, you know, they could get excommed again, and in which case we would be that much closer to building our chapter house and getting a crusade going against them. That would be really nice, because we've got very high zeal in Rome, so that would contribute to a pretty large crusade army. But the other thing we found some success with the last season was using inquisitors. We've got a couple going right now. They are going for Prince Sweyn of the Danes. Prince Sweyn of the Danes. He's in Northumbria. And we've got 2 of these inquisitors going there. Where's the other one? Let's see. Let's just do this. He's oh, the Papal States. All right. So they're both going to be there next year. And we'll see what that looks like. But I think both of them have a 25% chance each to get Prince Sweyn taken care of. So we'll move... Well, let's move him right over. What do we want to do? It might be nice. You know, the Danes, we're looking at a very small family tree for them, so we probably want to keep right on that. We want to keep going there. So let's go to the Papal States, and we'll just hitch a ride with their port up to England, I suppose. There's the king. Okay, he's 36. And he's got a couple of heirs who are teenagers. He's got rough justice, interesting. +2 dread, natural leader, hedonist, eager to retreat. We've made him retreat a couple of times. But he's now in a very safe position. Okay, Prince Harold is 18. So I think Harold and Sweyn are the 2. There may be a 3rd. You know, and by now there may be even more that I'm not aware of. But we'll try to keep on them. And his influence is really good, even though he's excommunicated. But if he loses some battles, you know, if he loses some territory, that could be nice. The thing I'm wondering, you know, do we want to go now? Go for Castile, try to get Leon, because this is very, look at this, 1700. You know, and again, probably a lot of that income is trade. And do we want to abandon Aragon? You know, get rid of the port, get rid of all this lovely stuff. If we end up taking one of these provinces, they're not going to have great military is the only problem. Navarre does, but Navarre is, you know, feels kind of useless in terms of income. I mean, 430 is not much less than I'm making in Aragon. But I think the best way forward is just to keep training until we get an honest-to-God stack, because we've got... again, if we go to war with the Danes right now, they can turn and hit us pretty much anywhere on the map in Spain, because there's not a single totally inland province here. They all have borders with the coast. So as much as I'd love to go for Leon, the fact is they could bring 3 stacks right down. We will just keep our eyes on it. I guess that's all we can do. And what to do with these armies? I think the original plan, we go up north and we look at either Spain in Swabia or Hungary and Austria, Bohemia. Maybe we go even further east, right? We can grab Hungary, Poland. Yeah, minus 336. So, you know, things are not terrible in terms of income. And here's the Byzantines. Man, they've got a lot of men. All right. Let's, okay, final thing. I think Inquisitors can work. We want to keep training them while we have the funds to do so. But pretty soon we're going to have to attack again and either plunder or hold some lucrative territory. king's going back to Brittany. They're attacking me in Bavaria. Looks like I'll be up there just in time to relieve that. But yeah, look at all of that. My gosh. Okay, so Prince Swain's Inquisition. They have determined that he has not been possessed by the devil and he may go free. So that's one Inquisitor. The other one's the same thing. Now, he's going to get some traits as a result of that. That could make things a lot harder for my further Inquisitors. But they could also make life a little harder for him. So I think here we're going to retreat. Okay, yeah. Disloyalty. More unrest in Portugal. Danes are the richest. And we've got another heir, Prince Otto. Okay, so he's probably the... Yes, this is the cause of my loyalty problems here. We've got these... Oh gosh, one loyalty. Or one influence. Yep, that's from losing Bavaria, but we're going to get it right back. So, let's take... okay, this is the army that's in Tyrolia. We could hit both places at the same time, right? We could hit Bavaria, Austria. We could hit all three. We could get Swabia too. And I kind of want to wait for a rebellion, but on the other hand, might that not just cause more problem to the province? All right, I think Austria can wait. I did not invest very much in it. We've got a copper mine complex in here, but that's really it. It's spearmen. It's making just crap income. So we'll go up to Bavaria on this turn, and maybe the next one will go into Swabia, depending on how things look. But up here, let's see. Prince Swain is an atheist. -8 piety. All right. There we go. Okay, but he just got suddenly... How did he get harder? Okay, the zeal here is probably really low. And I'm curious, this guy should be even harder. 53. Do we want to go for it just to get, you know, just to get another 1-star general out of the way? Let's see. He's the Duke of Portugal. And now we've got our 3rd star in our spy. And this guy's accumulating stars, though, too, from beating these rebellions. But every little bit helps. It's 0% loyalty, so I don't think they're going to be able to hold it. Here, what do we got? We got inside a unit of Vikings. That's way too much money. 40,000 florins for this bribe. He's a full Shields loyal governor there, so that explains it. Okay. We could wait here for a few turns. I don't think your Inquisitors can lose stars, so let's see if we can gain them some stars by hitting him in Northumbria. And let's bring you up as well. Oh, we can't because we're... Wait, why are you here? Alright, well... No, I must have moved him up there. Where were you? In Rome? Okay, yes. I'm just moving them up to Tuscany, I think, out of reflex, because this place has border forts, and I'm thinking spies. Okay, moving agents, avoid border forts. But that's not... You don't have to worry about that with Inquisitors. So let's go... Oh, let's see. What are you? You're very pious. That's going to be... It's going to be impossible. Not 10%. But let's move them... I wonder what... 7, okay. And the zeal here is fairly low. Well, there's no point in you know, whittling down the Spanish family tree. I'm kind of wanting them to stick around, actually, so that the Danes have something to worry about. Let's get him over to Brittany, and the same thing with... I thought we had another guy here. Where's all my Inquisitors at? Rome? Okay, yes. We'll move you straight over to Brittany, and the Papal States one. Did we move him already? Yes, okay, moved him up to Venice, but I think we're just going to move him. Let's go to Wessex. Let's get eyes on the royal family. Okay, not seeing any ports down here, so this is still a place that the Danes can't maneuver through very easily. We're going to get some Jeanettes next turn. And then we're going to have to worry about, let's see. Okay, this guy, right. This is the issue. Okay, you are right. So you should be in charge. Yes, there we go. Lord Otterbach, Duke of Aragon. We just got him married to one of my older princesses because the Duke of Aragon title is giving him +2 loyalty. Princess giving him another +2. This is all necessary to keep him at all loyal. So yeah, we'll get our Spanish Jeanettes, and then I think we'll probably move out. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the Danes do, right? If the Danes let us, maybe we'll sit and continue to train. But let's get Bavaria back. Do I want to go to Swabia? No, throw everything at Bavaria. I am overthinking this. But the other issue is we gotta shore up some of this. Yeah, they keep reshuffling. This is rather annoying, I've got to say. Because before the episode started, I had them all, you know, just who is in charge, who's who's the most loyal and all that. And I had that all set up, but it gets reshuffled every time they move, apparently. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that. All right, one more turn for another caravel. And the Danes are kind of moving out. They're letting me have a bit of space here so I can get another port. Yeah, we're trading with all these places. Let's see if the Hungarians are going to stay and fight in Bavaria or if they'll just withdraw. Oh, it looks like they're actually moving a bunch of troops up. All right, so that was success. This was the governor of Portugal, who is now Lord Bengtson, who is no more. All right, we get Bavaria back. Nice. Okay, I've got an Inquisitor in Naples. Oh, no. I was wondering about that. Okay, so let's look at Rome. Remember, Rome, when we started, had 100% zeal. And actually, that's quite good, 77%. That's fine. We don't really need to be paranoid about the zeal of Rome, I think, because even if we do a crusade out of here, I don't think it's going to matter that much. And is it worth doing this? Going for the crusade. The Danes are still excommunicated, but all that might happen is we get the crusade in 4 years. Let's say the Pope is miraculously still alive. He lives to 67. Then we give it a target. Let's say we attack Genoa, right? We pay for the crusade. We send it. It gets to Tuscany. Then the Pope dies, right? The Danes are no longer excommunicated, and then our crusade gets disbanded and we lose more influence. We did get a point back there, so that's not nothing. But I just think that with the age of the Pope, it's not prudent to spend 1,000 florins on a crusade that we may not use for a very long time. So we'll wait. Maybe we'll get a chance later, but I'm not gonna be obsessed about it. Okay, we've got to find some units that are somewhat loyal that can hold the castle. So there we go. You can come in here. And what I was attempting to do last episode... Oh, and see, this keeps shuffling too. I think as soon as you move units in and out, they sort of change places. But what I was trying to do last episode was to get a good core of units inside Aragon, so that if it were attacked, we could theoretically force an assault on the part of, like, the Italians. So that they could lose a lot of men against the Citadel, which we've upgraded to a Barbican. Or the Danes, right? Well, let's see. Who could be? The problem is we'd need one of these more loyal guys. Maybe you? You're not going to take precedence over... Oh, yeah, okay, you are. Great. Okay. So we've got a couple more years to go here before we're totally broke. So do we want to keep going with Inquisitors? I think so. Do we still have a prince up here? No. Duke of Pomerania. Oh, exclusive trader. This is a very rare trait. He has a desire to be the best, if not only with mercantile power, where he holds authority. Others wishing to trade are discouraged by whatever means necessary, minus 20% trade income. So, it sounds like a good thing, but it is very bad. Alright, and a good runner. I'll leave you. You are probably going to be harder to get. Well, 27%. What are our odds of getting this prince? 0. Alright, let's get down to Brittany. This is very low. There's also no, Oh, they lost it. Okay, great. Okay, so now it's time for our spy. We'll go up here. Boom. Already very low. That should bring it down below 100%. Let's bring our Inquisitors over as well. And we'll just work down the garrison if we can, or just see what's available. Alright, we've still got Milan, we've still got Provence. We've still got Tyrolia with almost nobody in it. And we've still got Switzerland. And we've got Bavaria. And with all of that, we're losing 407. But here is another caravel that we can send over. Let's go to right here. Unfortunately, there's no trade happening out of Nicaea. But I guess we can move both of these guys. We can move them over there to the Gulf of Sidra to do some trading with that, but I'm a little concerned about the Byzantines. So I will move this caravel up here. I think Rhodes is still rebel. And I think with the way we're losing money, we may want to sit tight. Oh no, what we can do is this. We'll move you up here, and you can go up to the Sea of Marmara. Great. And then, you know, eventually we'll get another boat, and we can go to the Black Sea, and that'll be 4 more ports. And then we'll also be able to see what's going on up there. But I'm going to hold off on boats for the moment. Okay, Bavaria, we could train stuff. We could build here. Or we could hit Swabia. Or we could hit Austria. I think this is the good move. He's a weak defender. You know, Austria is less built up than Franconia. And we'll probably have to come right back to Bavaria to protect it. Jeez, this order foot soldiers, they're always being moved into this stack. They're always taking precedence. Okay. So who do we want to leave in here? I think just a token force if we can find one. Any urban militia, yeah, you guys look good. And you guys look good. Both of you can hang out in Bavaria. And all the rest of us. Well, let's do this. Let's split them up. I don't think too much is coming from Hungary, so we'll go like... Okay, we'll go Lord von Marin, I think, down here, because I don't think he's going to end up fighting. Okay, and you two can go into Bohemia, in case the king moves in that direction. Alright, there's a very motley force. But hopefully it'll work. Alright, now we've got our... we've got now a rebel force. 2,000! Oh, do I want to try it? I mean, it's not good, but Portugal is making some money. Oh, let's do it. Let's see if it'll work. And then we want to get a spy over there immediately. But jeez, do we have the ability to get spies over there immediately? We could bring back this guy from Denmark. We can move him right back into Portugal if that seems like the better move. And we would have to hope that these guys are loyal. Oh, this is probably a terrible idea, actually. Because we'll be spending 2,500. We'll get a probably very low loyalty general. And the Danes may counterattack this same turn. And it'll take them a little while to switch allegiance. So let's cancel. If the board was a little more static, you know, I'd go for it maybe, but we're also not making any money. And I don't think bribing Portugal is going to really help that in the long run, where our influence is so low. Alright, it does look like the king moved up. Yeah. Yep, I think I'm glad I didn't waste time there. So we're going to get Bohemia off of them and get 1,300. Nice. And we don't totally have Austria, but at least we didn't have to fight and lose men for it. Okay. We're just doing all sorts of stuff. What is this? Is this... Rebel. Okay, great. So the Danes could not get this back. And they're still excommunicated, and the Pope is still alive. He's 64. All right. What did I say it was going to be? 67? If he is still alive at 67, then I will know that we could have built a crusade. And I will be very pissed off, because that will mean that we could have crusaded against the Danes. You know, not that that would have been the total panacea or anything, but... Okay, here the zeal is 49. I'm going to guess there's a 0% chance of burning him, but maybe this guy. We can give it a shot. Work up the zeal there while we're at it. And here, very low, 41%. Yeah, I think our spy is better used here. Okay, let's get down into Saxony with our Inquisitors. Prince Harold, he's now 21. Okay, what are we going to do now with Bohemia? Oh, we've got the Hungarian king on this side. Okay, all right. Interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, good for them. Wow, the Golden Horde managed to do it. Oh, I really want to move my boat up here so I can see what's going on, but... Minus 196, we're doing better. We just need the Danes not to attack me at sea, which they probably will. They're probably just can't friggin' wait to attack me at sea for no reason. Wow, okay, so the Hungarians might be really close to being done for. Prince Samuel here. And they've got a king here. It's 43 and a weak defender. And we could move our forces from... We could abandon Austria, move back up to Bavaria. Like, we could leave them this province completely. Because all they could bring up is Croatia if they want it. And let's do that. Let's move our stacks up here. And let's see. If they attack into Bavaria, we're going to get a river battle. And there's no rivers between Franconia and Bohemia, so that's pretty straightforward. Here... I'm going to do it. I'm going to make swords in Bohemia. It's been so long since we've been able to train anything good. What did I say at the beginning of the or the end of the last episode? If I do it over again, I might really focus on training military stuff. Swabia, Saxony, Bohemia seems like a good triangle. Bohemia's got iron. Let's work on swords. And meanwhile, yeah, let's go for some Slav warriors. It's been a long time. Been a long time since we've seen that unit. And our loyalty is just kind of jumping up. Influence back up to 3. That's the thing. You conquer provinces, you conquer a little territory. Things start to go a little bit better. Okay, in terms of taxes, everything here is fine. And we can even train in Bavaria, but let's not bother. We've got more than enough archers. Urban militia, there's no point. But I guess we could go for, let's see, we're going to focus our military. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to go for like, oh, I can get spearmen and then next 4 years you get feudal sergeants. We're not going to mess around with that. Military is going to be Bohemia. It's going to be Saxony. It's going to be Swabia if we can get these places back. That's it. And Aragon, of course, because we've conquered it. Rome already has the facilities in place, so we don't need to worry about a lot of those things. Okay, here, what's the next thing we want? If we're going to be fighting against the Danes, looks like they've got a lot of crossbows right now. A lot of ranged, oddly. Okay, some Vikings down at Grenada. And a mix of stuff in Navarre, but Leon, they've got people back. Okay. I think then if they've got a lot of range, we want to go for Cav, right? So I think Spanish Genets, they just seem better than the mounted sergeants. I mean, these guys have an irresistible charge, and they're cheaper. These guys are fast. I think that's better. I mean, they're okay in melee. We'll go with that unit. Okay, Rome. What else are we doing in Rome? Let's go with an assassin. Mostly so I can check the status of enemy kings. Like who's alive, who is down to like their last king or whatever. Okay. We'll go good here. The other thing, we haven't seen any sign of Byzantine collapse. I really kind of thought we would. All right, Danes. Oh, Danes are hitting the horde. I can't allow that. Look at him, though. All right, good. The Spanish screwed off from Bavaria. We lost Austria. That's fine. Okay, so this is an attack by the horde into Greece. Okay, I thought he was on the move somewhere, but probably he is. Okay, this is an odd message to get because the Spanish are up here now. So +2 loyalty. Jeez. To all Spanish generals, but -1 influence maybe. All right, we've got a friendly and fervent and eloquent. That's all fine, I guess. Here's our assassin. He's rank 1 automatically. And, honestly, this is maybe... Should I bother building a port? We don't have any trade goods. I don't think so. I don't think so. I just don't... I don't think we're quite in the position for it. Alright. Got some more Genets. We can just move them into the army here. And now the next thing. We've got 2 Pavis. We've got 1 archer. Let's retrain this other archer. He's loyal enough. We'll get him back up. Okay. Yeah, very low 42. Come on, just rebel. Just rebel. Let's go look at Sweden. Where's the prince? He's gone now. Okay. This guy's got to be impossible. Oh, 9%. That's higher than I would have thought. And over here, what are we looking at? Okay, very high loyalty. Very high taxes. Loyalty's decent. There's not a lot in here, but... Alright, let's just do this trick. Who owns this? Anjou is owned by the Danes. Ile-de-France, gotta be the Danes, right? And Champagne, that'd be the Spanish. Alright, Flanders is the Danes, and I'm thinking Wessex is the English or the Danes at this point. Oh, shoot. All right, let's go up here. Oh, wait, he's going down to Portugal? Okay, don't cancel that mission. Oh, get the king down here now. Okay. You know, this is where it would be nice to have my caravels in a position to block their movements, like for when we go to war. It'd be a big drain on finances, but like what I could do is if I had a couple of caravels handy, I could, or just one, right? Like I could bring him over and just have him hang out up here. And then we could attack the Danes, and then my ship would block theirs, and then he couldn't withdraw until he attacked, you know, my fleets, and it reestablished shipping. Well, there's probably no point in going nuts for him and Leon because, yeah, they got Portugal back. Well, I'm going to be there next turn anyway. They probably got big forces down there. But I'd love to see Denmark rebel. And otherwise, we just got to find princes and stuff, and I'm not seeing that here. And very low taxes here, but there's just no movement in terms of loyalty. We've got a couple of spies. They're not doing much good. Let's move them up to Franconia, though, so we spread them out. There's no point in having multiple spies of the same valor, or, you know, in the same province. Only the highest valor spy counts for the purposes of public order. All right. So what we could do now is, okay, 2 loyalty. You know, that's not bad. I would almost be willing to allow that, and in fact, maybe give you the kingship of Bohemia. Ooh, I think we'll risk it. 98%. Oh, there's a prince right there. Oh, should we do it? Or if we go for Silesia now. Right, let's do this. Oh, that's 0%. 99% Catholic. But the zeal is 61. And this is one of those princes. Like, if we attacked and they helped, we'd be back at war with the Danes. And then we could just take our caravels and move them somewhere useful. Do we want to do that? They'd lose this province. Let's see where we could move our ships. Okay, like if we wanted to say, screw it, we're going back to being aggressive. Okay, farthest we could get is like here. Okay, and those are just barks, and all we've got is like 4 caravels. So, yep, I think we do that, and I think Danish war is back on because we got to isolate these princes. We got to let them not run riot over the steppes. Okay. Attacking into Poland is not going to be a river. We could be helped by a big Mongol counterattack as well. And that does make it a little touchy for us around the Hungarians, but I think that's okay. Yep. Let's do it. And we get influence for this, by the way. If we relieve the siege, that gets us more influence. So that could be all good. Okay, we've got 1 prince accounted for sure, and I know there's another couple. They're probably in England. Let's all right, this is just a general. All right, he's very pious. Let's try it. Just for the heck of it, and let's move to Pomerania. I want to see what's going on, and we'll train another unit of Let's do Javelinman. This could be a huge mistake. We got peace for, you know, a couple of turns here. All right. What's going on? We did it. We got him. 9%. And we got him. Oh, that's great. That's a 5-star general. Great. Okay, so this is Sir Olaf. He can go free. And the Danes are retreating. And the Poland relieved. The Golden Horde send their gratitude. Let's check our Emperor, see if he's got 3 influence now. Nice, nice. Still excommunicated. All right, the Byzantine Emperor is in Sardinia. That is really interesting. Okay. All right. So we're back to Bohemia. Back at war with the Danes. They were not able to seal the deal in Poland. We can now do an attack. Oh, how do we want to do this? They're bringing up guys from Austria. So it's like, I feel like I've got them surrounded, but they've also got me surrounded. All right, but the prince is not here. He must be somewhere else. And once again, there's nobody up here. But there's a border fort, so as much as it'd be tempting to send a spy in, we can't do anything with that. If we had ships, theoretically, we could send them to Sweden. All right, this is Spearmen and Archers, a really lame little army, but still got 51% loyalty there, so we could get another rebellion going. Our spy is, you know, helping a little bit, I would say. And Franconia is being defended by a 3-star general who's a blackmailer, but their king has enough influence, apparently, to keep him pretty loyal. Okay, if we go to Silesia, that gets us back up in towards Danish territory. But I want to keep these armies together. Does that mean we leave Bavaria for the moment? Like we take a turn off, or do we go like really hard into Franconia and Silesia? Because I think they don't have anywhere to run. I don't think they're going to move both of these guys. Okay, they're not going to move both armies to Silesia. So what we do is I think we send up like this guy. Okay, he goes up here. If he has to withdraw, it's no big deal. Meanwhile, everybody else goes here. And we leave behind something. Like you. Okay, and we train... Yeah, I know I said I wouldn't do this, but we train an archer unit or just something, right? We go to Franconia. We need to keep hitting them. And to keep up the momentum. So we've got our armies close enough to support. If some switching happens, you know, we can maybe deal with it. All right. And down here, what are we doing to these guys? See, I think... Yeah, I thought I sent them down to move onward. You know, to find something else to do. But let's get him up there. Let's get you up to Northumbria. And we've got an assassin. He's going to stay right there. Let's check all of my inquisitors. 2 in Saxony. Portugal, that's... maybe we don't need you here. No princes. Leon is empty once again. But we're just about ready to move out of Aragon. All right. Do we want to do it? Do we want to move out of Aragon? Okay, I think we're going to switch out try to switch out commanders here. I don't know if this is going to work. But we'll do this, and we'll go to... let's see. Valencia, they might just abandon. And there's, I think, greater chances that they'll have a harder time. Like, there might be a storm, right? So the more sea regions they have to pass through, the better. So if we go to Valencia... Nah, we got to go for Leon. That's the place where there's nobody. And it's also very rich. So go to Castile. There's no river. And, you know, if we have to withdraw back to the castle, we do. Minus 827. We've got ships. So let's move them. And they're letting us trade over here, which is very, very thoughtful. So we'll keep our ships going. We just want to blockade them. That's it. All right, we can get into the Western Mediterranean Sea here. And maybe split these guys up. Because the range on their ships is coastal. That means they can only go one square at a time. Their speed is 3, which is better than our caravels. So we could get savaged here. Right, we could just lose it. But you know, hopefully not. Let's move them both separately to the Straits of Gibraltar. I don't know if there's an advantage to keeping them separate as opposed to in a single stack. Alright, attacking Franconia, attacking Silesia, hoping we're going to get withdrawal out of one or both of these so we won't have to fight. And in Rome, yeah, more Inquisitors. And let's move one to Brandenburg. And I don't think we need to hang out here anymore. Let's go over to Pomerania just to see where people are going to be. Yeah, let's move her to Brittany. Or actually, let's go to Anjou. All right, big invasion of Mercia. All right, we probably get Silesia. Yes, 900 pillaged. And Franconia. Eusebius Udenheim. What a name. I'm kind of thinking of calling this off because we still have Bohemia and we've got Silesia, so we could just get these guys and not have to use them up. Let's do it. Tyrolia is invaded. Let's retreat to the stronghold. The Danes retreat into Castile. We've got it under siege. Yep, we lose in the Mertun Sea. Hesitant. Shoot. Yep. No, I'm taking a risk there. Alright, now they're all in Franconia. But they do have forces in the steppe. Okay. But here's a prince. Prince Olaf. That's 3%. Where's the other guy? Right down here. That's 0%. I don't know why. Because... oh, this guy's got 4 stars. That's why. Let's give it a shot. 0%. I like those odds. Blackmailer, very loyal. You know, the worst that's going to happen is he's going to get some traits. And they actually lost Denmark. Not expecting that. Alright, they're getting some ransoms back. That's probably from Denmark. But we've got border forts here. So it's not a good place to try to send spies. Northumbria, same thing. Wessex is fair game, but pretty well garrisoned. Alright, let's move down. Let's actually move over to Northumbria, and we'll move you down to Mercia. Move you over to Wales. I just want to get all of them. Aha, okay. There's Prince Eric. So we've got several princes. Eric is here. Olaf is here. And then I think, is it Christoph? No, there's another guy. Harold, something like that. All right. So here's the big moment. Because we could go back to Aragon right now. And, you know, try to hold it. And assume a defensive posture like we have done for most of our time in Iberia, but I don't think that's going to get us any nearer our goal. Now, we did manage to get out into the Western Med and into the Straits of Gibraltar. So now they can't send men from the north into the Med or vice versa. And these ships are going to die very soon, right? They're not going to stay around. They are going to get caught. But theoretically, we could use that to hit Valencia now. Or we could try to take Castile. I'm just not seeing a great option either way. Castile feels very vulnerable. Navarre could just hit it. Let's go to Valencia. They won't expect that at any rate, hopefully. Got another Inquisitor here. Let's get him up to Flanders. Train another. Yep, losing a shockingly awful amount of money. Still got Milan though. Still got Provence. Okay, we could get Tyrolia back. That'd be pretty straightforward. But this is now the concern. We've got Silesia. We've got Bohemia still. Okay, we could hit Brandenburg, and their options there are somewhat small. But I am concerned about getting caught. On the other hand, I think we got to do this. I think we're going to have a big battle this episode, and it's going to be the battle for Franconia. So who is attacking? Yep, scant mercy but hesitant. So that's -2 morale. You know, that's not good. But we attack Franconia. If we can capture the king, we can get a nice ransom. And he can't just withdraw from here because I don't think he owns any territory further west. So unless they invade Bavaria, which they could well do. And let's leave something behind in Silesia. Or, like, you can man it. And we'll train up a... actually, we got some kind of good units we can train for a change. Let's go for a mounted crossbowman. And there we go. Silesia over to Brandenburg. Should be no rivers. No rivers to deal with here, unless Bavaria. Well, I guess we'll have to see which one is going to count. Maybe a bridge battle, in which case we may just abandon this. But yeah, we try to get the prince here, and we don't have the good army. We've got the unhinged loon. Actually, this is really bad. What does he have, though? A lot of ranged and some royal knights with good valor. Maybe this is a terrible idea. Yeah, let's go this way. Go to Franconia. We'll throw everything into that, and then we'll worry about the prince a bit later. All right, that Prince Olaf did not get burned at the stake. And here we've got a big battle for Franconia. King Bela II and a bunch of his best friends. So this is looking, you know, kind of good. You get some chivalric sergeants. They've got some javelin guys. I mean, javelins are typically not a terribly worrisome unit, except when you don't have, like, cav or really much to answer it with. So let's just move our guys down. This is going to take 1,000,000 years to sort through all of this, so I will see you on the battlefield. All right, Franconia, fine throughout the day. I'll attack in that weather. And yeah, I can see where they're going to set up now. There's woods. Well, let's group them up and see where they actually are. Yep. Yep, right up there on the hill. Okay, we can actually... This is not the worst battle map for us. And they're actually leaving the woods, which is interesting. They're completely abandoning that position. So let's turn... and let's capture that hill ourselves. And we'll see if they stay there or go off like here. Oh, they've got some ballistas. Where on earth? Okay, let's send our single feudal knight guy. That ballista unit. We'll ungroup him. Yeah, I was hearing the firing there. I think they got one of our crossbow guys. Alright, and we've got them. Great. Let's go right there. Okay, this is a wooded area, but it's slightly more manageable, it seems. I'm going to turn a little bit. And we're going to go, like, you know, pretty near the edge. There's not much of the woods they can use, actually. They can't use all of it. So, our guys can go like that. And we've got Pavy's crossbowmen pretty close, but they've got a lot of javelinmen, that's right. I'm thinking these are all archers, but very few of them are, in fact. There we go. Now, the thing that may happen is their reinforcements could show up back here. Yeah, there they are. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We may make some use of that. Let's get the longbowmen up here, and let's get our feudal knights and see what they do. I would love to just maneuver them off the field, and then they have nowhere to run, and we capture them on a strategic map. Alright, so we gotta ungroup you and ungroup you. Yeah, so we can totally control their reinforcements. Let's just keep moving towards that. My single royal knight over there. It is a little annoying to have these single man units that you can't merge. And I don't feel like I want to disband because they've got high valor. So we'll just use them. Oh, these guys just charged automatically. Yep, great. All right, very good sign of things to come, I think. These woodsmen are already routing. So let's just halt. And I'm not going to worry about running them down because they're going to need to get some more guys to come on the battlefield after that. Let's move up. Okay, there are some archers here, but they're sending some of their better units at me already. Chivalric sergeants with a couple of valor, militia sergeants as well. Okay, are they going to follow through? Again, I'm relying on the skirmish, which I know is not good, but here we are. I'm relying on the archers to just skirmish on their own and hope everything turns out okay. Because honestly, the one thing I have lots of is archers. And if we lose some units of them, you know, what are you going to do? You just bring on some more as reinforcements. Alright, let's move you up because we can actually hit that archer unit or the guys on the hill. Alright, move up now. Now, as we hit them, they may turn around to start meleeing with our cav. And our archers can turn around to shoot them in the back. And these guys have lower morale than some units. Losing badly. Look at this. We're getting a bunch of free kills here. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, they're starting to reform, kind of. Still no real damage. 67. Yep, fire right into that mess. 64. $58. Come on, route. I'm going to leave him in there for a little bit longer. Okay, we got spearmen who are actually pushing. Alright, let's charge in now because our... Yep, there we go. Awesome. Okay. And I will keep my one feudal knight on them. Now, reinforcements don't seem to be coming. Slav javelin men are beating my archers. Well, okay. Alright, yes, that's all fine. Let's run the feudal knights up. Oh, and my general has decided to charge in. Hey, I'll go with it. Now let's pull back. Alright, do you have any... No, you don't. Okay, so... Do we want to use you as a skirmisher? Let's do that. Or as a melee unit, rather. Man, these longbows. I need to play another English campaign because it is a lot of fun using a very long-range archer unit. Okay, let's move up. Move up, move up. They've got some Royal Knights and some mounted sergeants and stuff up there on the hill. Let's get my knights around here on the side. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Oh, are we going to lose this? Here come the knights. Here they come. Look at them. Changed my mind. Oh, damn it. Oh, this was going pretty well until just now. We are done. We are done. Let's see. Do we want to look at that? Oh my gosh. We want to preserve. We've got a 6-star general who's got really bad morale. That was going pretty well. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. Alright. Yep, that hurt. That hurt a lot. That was our only army. That was really our only active army. We've got that stack in Iberia. But that was our 4-stack, you know, our quote-unquote good force. And so I don't know how that's going to go. We're being assaulted in Tyrolia. I'm just going to auto-calc that. We're going to be pillaged there. We lost Castile, and we're invading Valencia. Okay, so there's a chance that we could get this and get the castle without having to siege. I don't know if they're going to stick around for this fight, actually. They may just look at us and then calmly withdraw back to their castle, so we may not have a chance. But yeah, group everybody up. And where are they? Wait, straight ahead? What do we got here? Just, yeah, knights and archers. You know, we've got a very good archer front, I think. At least I feel pretty confident about marching that up here under arrow fire. But, you know, the question is their cav. You know, the AI cav tends to be pretty good. Why am I not going up through here? It just feels like this is the corner, that they're corner camping. And, like, I just don't know if it's going to matter that much. Alright, let's slow down time a little bit. And we've got Royal Knights and Feudal Knights. And we've got a lot of men-at-arms of various description. I did not mean to send you in that direction. That sucks. It's a misclick. So we'll just throw everything at the knights and send our cab wide around to hit the archers. The Jeanettes, anyway. Yep, you go right here. Get them stuck in, please. Alright, we're doing good. We're taking out their Royal Knights. We're going to get their archers, but again, we have to get literally every single man if we want the castle. Feudal Knights are doing well. Royal Knights are not. We're going to cut them down, and the archers are running away. New general's dead. Oh, gosh. I don't think we're going to get it because they're going to run away. Right, one of you can come down here. And we need to get all of them. All of these guys. Okay, you. Can we do it? Can we do it? It's going to be literally one guy. Is this what it's going to... Is this what it's going to be? We're fast. We should be able to catch him. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, no, 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 no. Get him. Get him, please. All right. All right. Screw you. Did we get it? Valencia conquered. All right. Now, unfortunately, we did damage some stuff. This was a castle before. Let's see what it looks like in the aftermath. Yeah, I forgot to move my ships. And that's the Hungarians. No, screw you, Hungarians. You're not getting any money from me. Right? Maria becomes a spinster. Dorothea becomes a spinster. The Byzantines are having unrest. I really don't want them to have unrest necessarily. And the Danes are the strongest. Of course they are. Oh! Okay. I mean, of course it happens in my province. Sure. Did we even freaking have any disloyalty down here? What was it, like a 98%? I think it was, yeah. I think it was like a friggin' 98% loyalty in Silesia when I moved them out. Right? Right? Something like that. And now, of course, Meanwhile, the Danes have like 0% loyalty in Portugal for 10 years. Nothing happens. You know, yeah, they get a couple rebellions here or there. They got Denmark back just fine. Okay, we're going to get out of the Poles' way and see what they can do, because I want them to succeed, and I don't want to stand in the way of them being all that they can be. So, Eusebius Utenheim, this sucks because he's a good runner now. And he's my best general, but he's got awful morale penalties. So, we're going to just get out of here. Ah, God. This is just so terrible. Okay, maybe the loyalty was a little lower than I was thinking. 48%. Ah. Bah. Okay, so the Hungarians... I don't know. What should we do? Should we just throw our armies at things and auto-calc? We can't go east because we're allied with the Golden Horde, which is good. What do I do here? We could throw them all at Franconia again and just hope for the best. Or instead, probably instead, bring them down to Bohemia. I'm going to give them Silesia. It's probably not going to matter because they're still going to be, bankrupt, because supporting all of these guys is going to take a lot out of them. But I'm going to give them Silesia. I'm half inclined to give them Bohemia too, because at this point, what I would probably want to do is create a bit of a buffer zone between me and them so we can be neutral. But I can't move down into Bavaria just yet with this army, so I'm going to hold off. I will train a swords unit because I spent 400 florins, thank you very much, to build this swordsmith. And then we'll burn Bohemia down. Now, I assume we're going to be at war with the Poles. Yeah. All right, let's check this guy's traits, actually. Most loyal, okay. Try it again. 0%, fine. We're going to try that again with a 4-star guy. And 94%, taxation here. Any princes in sight? Oh, these are... Okay, this is the English, right? And here's the Danes. Geez, we can't get a spy here to help because of border forts. All right. Well, the English are in Wales. I guess we'll get the Inquisitor back out of here. Theoretically, I could look into Scotland, I guess. Maybe there's an opportunity for an Inquisitor, or maybe there's a prince up there. But here is a prince, Prince Eric. Yeah, that's going to be 0. Well, we'll just move them both down here. But we do have Valencia. And Aragon. Once again, Leon is empty. We could do this, right? Get another rebellion going to keep them tied down in Portugal. I think that would be enough to bring it to under 100. And you are 7%. He's a blackmailer, but he's got great loyalty anyway. And he also... Just not a lot of options at this moment. But check out the loyalty on Prince Heinrich. We've got up to 4 influence by, you know, taking back some of our territory, which we're now going to be losing. Where do I want you to go, actually? Let's think of something useful. Let's bring you up to Friesland, and we'll investigate. I think I should probably stop training Inquisitors because the odds are not good. We need to get up to Grand Inquisitor, really. That's going to require a citadel, I think. And I don't have the money, really, to do that. Alright, do I have any more fleets? I do miraculously have one. Let's bring him right up here to the Costa Verde, and that's going to be enough just to blockade them from supporting Portugal. So that could be nice. Okay, we've got lots of stuff here. What can we train here? Okay, pretty decent. No swordsmiths or anything, but let's go with a feudal sergeants, I guess. We'll get that started. All right, I think that's probably enough for this episode. This is the long defeat, right? This is the glorious achievements game when you sit and you turtle, and you play the Holy Roman Empire, and you just watch with awe as the Danes expand all around you, and you go, wow, this is really cool. What a neat eventuality this is. And then it comes back to bite you. So we're gonna see. We've got some Inquisitions ordered currently. We've got a new faction that may play a role. Most likely they're going to be going this way and just making things harder for my ally, one of my only 2 allies. So I don't think that's going to cause a big shake-up in things, unfortunately, but it certainly would be nice. And once we get everybody back down to Bohemia, I don't know. Franconia seems like a no-go at this point. So I guess we got to go to Austria. Just bash our heads against the wall until all these units die and we don't have to pay the upkeep anymore, right? Basically do the best that we can, and then keep things busy for the Danes. And actually, yeah, we could have a crusade. We could have done that, like, we could have a crusade right now. God damn it. The Pope was it 63? Yeah. We could have a crusade marker, and it could be on crusade right now. He's 68. The danger's still excommunicated. All right. I feel like I want to do one more turn. I kind of was you know, in the mood for winding this up. But now that the Poles have reemerged, and now that the Pope is almost certain to die, right? Right? He has to. Okay, no dice with Prince Olaf. And, of course, the Poles are invading. Oh, I forgot I was training this guy. Or I did train him. Okay, abandon the province. Yeah, we're getting out of Silesia. And we didn't get our ship out of there, so that sucks. Provence, bandits, Inquisition there. Oh, someone got burned at the stake. Shoot, who was that? Was that a prince? I don't know, but this is ominous, right? We still have Switzerland. For some friggin' reason, we still got Switzerland, right? Just no one's bothered to take it. Probably because they know the Swiss are going to emerge in about, you know, a certain amount of years. And they know, you know what? Let's just leave that for the human to deal with. We don't want anything to do with that. So, yeah, this is a prequel of what is going to happen in a little while. I think the Swiss are guaranteed to emerge, but I don't know the date. So maybe we don't want to be in the Central Europe business. Maybe we want to, maybe we really want to just make Spain our own. Okay, so the Swiss are coming along, not now, not for a while, but at some point. And then the Egyptians reappeared. Okay, right. I think this is the Byzantines' territory. Well, good. I welcome it. I am glad to see it. And the friggin' Pope is still alive. So it takes 4 years to build a crusade. Like, every year that I don't do it, it feels worse because I feel like now I have to try it, right? I've got to do a crusade now. Losing 500. I could have done it, and we could have a crusade on the way. I mean, it wouldn't have solved all of our problems, but it would have given us some actually new units. And the other thing is, once you start building it, I don't think you get the money back for canceling, you know, the training or whatever. I don't know if that's true because, you know, I never do it. But, like, would I get the 1,000 back by canceling the crusade if we're, like, 2 years into it and the Pope dies? And I think, okay, never mind, I'm not going to build this thing. Or is that not how it works? No idea. Interestingly, though, we're not at war with the Polish. The Polish are not at war with anybody currently. Okay, so that could be great. Well, yes, we'll stop here. We have to call it a stop at some point. And 23% loyalty in Portugal. So we're gonna let's make this our focus, right? Let's just pull out of here, pull out of Bohemia, I guess. I don't know, or maybe pull into Bohemia and abandon Bavaria. I don't know what the best thing is to do. I need to give this another thought. We just can't. We can't take Franconia, I don't think, which is so stupid because it seems like such a takeable army. But the terrain is not good for us, and especially with my commander's morale debuffs, so this is not going to be good. Well, we'll come back to this and see how it goes. I mean, did we end the episode with more provinces than we started with, or fewer than we started with? We got one extra one. We got Valencia. That's going to give us some time. In terms of the points for glorious achievements, we still haven't gotten to that next counting year. But that's going to be 1,300. So we've got 9 more years, and that's the point at which I'm pretty sure the Danes are going to overtake us. I think they probably will. So we need to get some good armies going, which we just can't, or have something happen, right? We need to have some fortunate event, like the Danish king gets himself killed or trapped or cut off, and we can kill him, and then there's a civil war, that type of thing. Silesia hurts, really, the Polish being back hurts the Hungarians more than it hurts me. I didn't have this for a long time. And so the Polish have it again. Great. Now the Hungarians will probably go to war with them. And this is going to be just another stumbling block for some other faction. So maybe there's a chance we can make a dent in the Danish problem. But we'll have to see if we can do that. It might be worth another big stupid sweep down through Burgundy and up into France again to see if we can get these armies cornering the Danes, and then keep training stuff in Valencia, right? I guess that's going to be the goal. And if we can just keep this alive for 150 more years, then we may come out of this thing alive, if not in the first place. But I'm very, very interested to see how this develops. And I thank you very much for joining me in what is rapidly becoming the attempt to save our disaster campaign as the Holy Roman Empire. Take care until the next episode. Bye-bye.